Population F, one of the last ones in the world, probably. I am Dennis Geisler. Lucy Parker joins me on commentary here, and we're about to get underway with round number 1, and kind of seeing some of the stuff that people have found as adaptations for Reg F as time has gone on. It is Nicholas Starrakis and Angel Torres. Nick is running that Gouging Fire, Thunderous, Chen Pao, Urshifu, that is Rapid Strikes, Ting Lu, and Dragonite. Angel is running the Galarian Weezing, the Dozogiri, Dondozo, and Tatsugiri, the Incineroar, the Iron Boulder, and the Fluttermane. So, really interesting groups of Mons that both of these players are running. Obviously, the eye is drawn to the Iron Boulder with that Mighty Cleave, really incredible move. But also Iron Boulder is such a weird defensive Pokemon that it can be kind of hard to work around that.
Yeah.
So, again, just very strange teams. I'm really curious where both these players are going to take it, because on Nick's side, you do have that, the Gouging Fire, Ting Lu stuff, with the Thunderous as well. I've seen that as an adaptation of it, where you get the Thunder Wave going. You're able to
just reduce special attack damage.
You're able to Eerie Impulse stuff, but also Eerie Impulse isn't that useful into this matchup.
Oh yeah,
but
no,
it's still
it's
probably
good into the
pretty...
Flutter. That's about it.
Yeah, and also you do have to keep in mind that the Prankster is going to get shut off by the neutralizing gas if that shows up. So it's definitely kind of a which ones do I bring in this case? Because also Ting Lu will get a bit less value out of itself if neutralizing gas is active, but at the same time it only really matters against Fluttermane.
And even then, Ting Lu will be able to
still a really bulky guy.
Yeah, and it'll be able to take a really big chunk out of Weezing, depending on
absolutely, yeah. But we will see that neutralizing gas the Weezing alongside the Iron Boulder up against the Gouging Fire and the Thunderous. So that means Gouging Fire does not activate the Photosynthesis with the booster energy. It means Thunderous is not Prankster, and Iron Boulder is not really affected. This is something we kind of saw way back with Iron Hands Weezing, where Iron Hands is really not affected because it's never going to use that ability in a lot of matchups. And Iron Boulder goes first, gets the Mighty Cleave off into the Thunderous. That's a KO. No Prankster allowed.
Sorry,
no booster energy, just the fastest guy, and that is a really big advantage of Iron Boulder.
Yeah, and then here comes Breaking Swipe not doing anything for the Weezing because of the third immunity.
It does weaken the Iron Boulder noticeably.
Yeah. And the poison. Ooh.
And I really like that Poison Gas there. Get the Gouging Fire on a bit of a timer. Start ticking down that HP. Especially knowing that Mighty Cleave is available into that slot.
Yes.
Whenever you want it. So that's already a really nice spot for Angel to be in. Especially assuming that it is that Dozogiri in the back. I mean, you have to be worried that you just aren't able to break through quickly enough. Especially, there is the Dragonite with the Haze there, but if Dragonite does not come out quickly enough, it's not really going to matter.
Yeah. Or Dragonite just goes down instantly to a Mighty Cleave.
That's also true, yeah. Especially because, even though it's multi-scale, it's turned off right now.
Although, that -1 attack and the Boulder...
The -1 is definitely what's going to matter here, yeah. So, we will see... It is the Ting Lu coming out now, which I do like. Especially because Ting Lu will be able to protect away from its main issue. The Iron Boulder does have close combat as its coverage move, and
Weezing does have strange steam too, so...
It does, yeah. The Terra will be pretty important at some point here. Yeah, this Iron Boulder is, it's pretty nasty stuff. When it works, and we will see the Terra here from Angel.
Always good to see something that isn't super common do well. Ooh.
Is that Terra Grass Iron Boulder? Standing at a very strange angle. To be able to weaken the damage
staring down the Gouging Fire.
Yeah, it is just straight up staring at that guy. And the Mighty Cleave does a really nice chunk of damage there.
Well, I think without the -1, it would have probably been taken down into poison range.
Absolutely, yeah. Although, if Angel reads this correctly and gets the Strange Steam... Okay, no, just going for the Poison Gas there, not going to land into the Ting Lu. But even still, I mean, this is a good spot to get Gouging Fire taken down, knowing that it's on such low HP already. It won't drop to 1 more poison, it'll drop to 2 more ticks of poison, so it will need another tap on the head. But also, what do you do if you're Ting Lu right now? I mean, Iron Boulder not particularly high on HP, but still, I mean, even at -2 is still doing an okay chunk to these Pokemon.
You could have Earthquake here to do a big chunk to the Weezing, and at the end of and just like
an
swing with
Earthquake plus a Breaking Swipe will
Yeah.
probably take out both, assuming that Iron Boulder doesn't take out Gouging Fire ahead of time.
Oh yeah, I forgot to speak through that.
Because yeah, again, Gouging Fire usually the fastest thing because of that booster, but
Now,
not anymore. It doesn't get to booster at all because the Weezing is still sitting there. Big Man has not taken damage.
no, he has not.
We'll see the
it's faster
strange
than
steam,
Ting Lu.
yeah. And remember, that Ting Lu gonna take more damage because it's not,
No Vessel of Ruin active.
yeah, no Vessel of Ruin active. I already forgot its ability name, and Iron Boulder spins its head around, taken down. That's a very silly looking guy.
But the Iron Crown Leaf and Boulder animations for fainting are always really funny.
Really good. So now we do have the Dragonite and the Ting Lu on the field as the final two for Nick. We see the Dondozo, which implies to Nick that the Tatsugiri is the last one in the back as well. Now, how do you play around this is the question, because there are a lot of questions for that. Dondozo does have Earthquake. I'm saying that before checking. Yeah, it has Earthquake,
Yeah, it
so
does.
clicking the Terra Poison on the Ting Lu could be a little bit dangerous. But yeah, the Dondozo is going to protect.
Okay.
I think that this makes a lot of sense that now the Weezing goes for a... Ooh, actually the Strange Steam into the Dragonite, trying to pick up 8 damage
Or just,
there.
I was about to say break multiscale, but then I remember
be-
the neutralizing gas.
The thing is, it would be breaking multiscale for Dondozo later.
Yeah, that is...
Like, I think that's a really important part of what Angel is trying to do right now, is get Dondozo set up in a position to succeed against the Dragonite later, especially knowing it has Haze, with the ability to get rid of the boosts when it does get access to those. At the same time, I think this is one of those rare situations where you can actually let Dondozo just sit on the field. Because, like, what damage are you taking? It's Dragonite.
yeah.
Like, Dragonite is Scale Shot and Iron Head. Those aren't going to do a lot of damage to Dondozo. Ting Lu's not doing a ton of damage. I mean, Dondozo, as much as we talk about Dondozo as like, oh yeah, he gets set up and he gets the double Omni Boost and he gets really bulky, it's naturally ridiculously physically bulky.
Yeah.
But we are just going to see the switch out here. So, Neutralizing Gas wears off, so Vessel of Ruin goes up,
back.
and the multiscale is active as well. Commander does get to go through as well, so Tatsugiri gets nom-nom-nommed by the Dondozo. But now the question, did Nick predict that? What are the speed tiers between these two? Specifically the Dragonite and the Dondozo, because that can really decide this one.
Ooh,
Ironhead going
targeting.
into the... Oh, that's going to be really big.
Ooh,
Ooh, Wave Crash into the Ting Lu. That'll pick up the KO. I like that quite a bit, honestly, just leaving the Dragonite on its own, because now, even if it does Haze, there's really no chance that it wins this.
yeah, it probably goes down to a couple order-ups, even with multiscale.
Almost certainly, and even if it's able to get rid of the Dondozo, the Tatsugiri will end up being the problem. So this is a pretty good spot for Angel to be in here. We will finally see the Terra from Nick. Yeah, the problem is, even with the Terra Steel does help a little bit, but even then, I think it's still just going to get whittled down to...
With Earthquake,
Oh wow, it's actually still faster. That's actually pretty important to note later on, that the double speed Dondozo is still slower than the Dragonite. But now the problem is, okay, Dondozo's at +1 attack, it's able to Earthquake here. I believe the Earthquake will still...
it's still spread damage.
It's still spread damage, but it'll still do a solid chunk to Dragonite with the multiscale popped. How do you deal with this? What do you do? Because Ironhead's not going to do a ton of damage. Scale Shot's not going to do a ton of damage. And also Scale Shot will weaken you against later hits from Dondozo.
yeah.
Like, you might just have to... Yeah, I think this play makes a lot of sense for Nick.
Like, fish for
flinches with Ironhead.
But the thing is, I don't know if that even works, just because you might not even be doing enough damage to outpace leftovers.
That's also true, yeah. Not with Protect.
Yeah.
And yeah, I believe that's going to be it for game number 1, unless this is a flinch. unless we get all the flinches now. That's probably going to be game number 1. Yep. There's the Earthquake. And there is your crash course in Iron Boulder. Getting so much work done. Got the Thunderous out of the way immediately. Didn't get to do anything because Prankster was turned off. Got to get rid of the Gouging Fire immediately after that. And then Dondozo just got to clean up the rest of the game pretty
handily.
Comfortably, yeah. And and keep in mind, this is with a Pokemon with Haze. Like, that's the counter for Dondozo. And Angel was just kind of able to say, yeah, I am going to find enough of an advantage to where Dondozo doesn't need this, to where I just kind of win this regardless.
Yeah, Iron Boulder's a really nice call with the Dondozo, because it just lets you get a lot of damage off, and Mighty Cleave ignoring Protects means that you can't try to, like, outstall the partners.
Yeah, exactly. Now the question is, what does Nick want to do to switch this up? You can see him looking through all his Pokemon for answers.
One of them's bound to have it.
One of the Pokemon has to have some kind of answer for Iron Boulder. But that's the problem, is a lot of them just take a ton of damage against it.
Chien-Pao might be the answer.
Chien-Pao might be the answer, but even still, I mean, you have to be worried about just getting hit by, like, Mighty Cleave plus Poison Gas or something and just getting taken down immediately.
Because the wheezing just makes everything a lot
Especially
harder.
Knowing that you can't protect in front of it because of Mighty Cleave. It's so difficult.
And even then, if Wheezing and Iron Boulder on the field with Chien-Pao, no Sword of Rune's active, so that's always fun to deal with.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Sword of Rune won't be active if Wheezing's on the field.
You lose all your damage.
That neutralizing gas is really good.
Yeah, it's incredibly
That neutralizing gas ability. And yep, same leads for Angel. Nick will switch it up with the Dragonite and the Chien-Pao, which very, very dangerous because Dragonite does just drop to Mighty Cleave right now.
Yeah.
Like, Nick has to be pretty careful.
Because he probably...
But also
close combat. If there is a Terra Steel move, it also probably does a very large amount of damage.
Yeah, and I wonder if...
Especially with no multi-scale active.
Nick is just going to go for the pin on the slot, which is really interesting. We will see the Terra from Nick. It is that Terra Steel Dragonite, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Now we're going to see if Angel can call this or not.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this Dragonite needs to stay standing for...
Ooh.
Oh, and the Protect. That's a really nice Protect there. Oh, the double Protect, actually.
Just a scouting.
So just the scouting double Protect, but honestly, pretty nice because you got to see the Terra.
Yeah.
And now you can just hit that slot if you want. You won't be able to hit it with Mighty Cleave guaranteed because of the Protect. Because of the Terra, you won't be able to Mighty Cleave into it.
But you still have close combat.
But it won't go through the Protect is the problem. So now...
Now it's a really fun game of this.
Yeah, now we come down to, okay, do you Protect? Do you Iron Head? Does the Iron Boulder Terra? Is it scared of Chien-Pao? Is it scared of Dragonite? How much damage is Iron Head actually doing to Iron Boulder at this point? Like, I don't know how much I trust Dragonite. It's gotta pick up a KO, right? Iron Boulder's really frail. Like, there's a reason why people don't use this thing. But even still, this is gonna be really close.
Yeah.
You'll see the Dragonite Protect, and no Terra.
From Angel.
No Terra from Angel, yeah. So Sucker Punch does get to go through onto the Iron Boulder. It takes the hit,
huge damage.
but the close combat goes into the Dragonite. What will the Wheezing do? It goes for the Strange Steam into the Dragonite. Maybe calling a switch out into one of those darker fighting types that are in the back. There are a lot of Pokemon.
Calling maybe Chien-Pao Protect for some reason, and
that's
just
really
trying to get like
though.
a little chip into the Dragonite just in case it survives.
Iron Boulder will Protect now. Chien-Pao going for the Sucker Punch into that slot. Not going to get there.
Iron Head.
Ooh, Dragonite does go for the Iron Head into the Wheezing. Does this KO? It does not. Does it flinch?
I don't know, but
Scarier
we'll
question,
find out
does
after
it
Wheezing
flinch?
eats his snack. It's his little citrus berry.
Does go for the Strange Team into the Chen Pao. Should bring it down to Sash. Ooh, pretty close to Sash.
And Strange Team has a confusion chance, correct?
Yeah, it's got like a 20% chance to confuse or something. But didn't get it there.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea how Strange Team works, even though I'm using it right now. And yeah, I think Angel... this could be a really interesting spot to like double both slots out. To double switch
bring
into...
in the Dondozo.
Yeah, you would get hazed. Which would be kind of obnoxious, but...
You keep Iron Boulder alive to
yeah,
help pick up anything that might be left on the field after Dondozo.
but also again, you're sitting on this spot. I mean, we know that Dragonite doesn't do anything to Dondozo, but we're gonna switch in the Tatsugiri anyway. I'll talk to Angel about that after this game. I think that's I think that's an error.
Probably.
So we'll see the Tatsu coming in now.
Maybe not. Let's see. I think this
Boulder is still available in the back with some HP. Wheezing's still available in the back with some HP. And Dondozo's gonna get work done. Like, Dondozo's not gonna do nothing at all. Because even if Haze is called right here, an Earthquake will still take out the Chen Pao.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that Chen Pao protected.
And the fact that Dragon.
Ooh, the double protect, actually. Okay.
I don't know if I agree with... Ooh, the Earthquake was going to come out.
Yeah, well, it's going to be that Earthquake. Because you want to break multiscale and you want to take out the Chen Pao at this range.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's just not a lot of damage into this Pokemon, especially if Chen Pao gets taken down.
Yeah.
Especially, at least if Chen Pao's off the field. Because then Sword of Ruin's going to be gone, and
the option...
Dondozo can just kind of sit there. Like, Dondozo... People don't realize, Dondozo is legitimately a very good counter to Urshifu Rapid Strike.
Yeah.
Because it takes no damage against Surging Strikes. It really just does not take a lot. Especially because this is a Goggles variant, so there's not damage amp on this thing.
Yeah, there's not a... adding Goggles on just removes a lot of damage potential. Here comes the Haze.
So yeah, Haze will go down. Does take away all the stat changes for the Dondozo, but does get the Earthquake off, so it breaks the multi-scale, and does some solid damage to the Urshifu. And not a terrible amount of damage to Dragonite. I wonder if another one would actually KO. It might get pretty close.
Maybe.
So that did like 39. It's 39 times 4. Can you do that in your head?
No.
That's enough, right? 39 times 4, it's like 160, 156. So that should be enough, the next one.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm gonna trust your math.
And that's quick math with your casters today. We'll see if that's actually the choice for Nick, though, or for Angel. Or seeing a protect on the
Close combat?
Okay. Yeah, close combat, not actually going to do that much damage to Dondozo, because again, Dondozo. Because it waves hands at Dondozo. Iron Head, and obviously the Iron Head flinch is always going to be a pretty scary factor of this matchup. Like that right there. And the Unseen Fist is available, so the Leftovers recovery is a little less potent, because the protecting for Leftovers recovery isn't going to be as good. Another flinch, and Nick is very much in this game.
Yeah.
If Nick doesn't get a flinch here, it could be pretty bad. Oh, that was a lot of damage to Dondozo, actually. That was more damage than I thought it would be.
Roll.
Does this Iron Head actually pick up? Oh no, it's Scale Shot. That'll definitely do it. Okay. So Nick kind of gets bailed out by the flinch there off the Iron Head, but he has done a couple of Iron Heads so far, so a flinch was bound to happen.
And now getting that +1 speed.
Yeah, now it's a question of whether the Dragonite or the Scarf Tatsugiri is going to be faster here.
Yeah. I was just saying who comes in for Nick. Or Angel.
And who the switch in is. It is the Iron Boulder, which also is a question of how fast is that guy. Ooh, but the Aqua Jet's also available.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that as well. Ooh, and we will see the Terra now. I think it might actually be the Tatsu. Yeah, it's going to be the Terra Water Tatsugiri.
Just for
Angel seeing the out being hit a lot of Muddy Waters. And I like that play.
probably locking into Muddy Water.
We'll get the double protect turn. We'll see what the choice is from Angel here.
Muddy Water, yeah.
Muddy Water. If a Mighty Cleave comes out, that'll do damage. But I doubt it. This Mighty Cleave won't really do anything to either of these Pokemon.
I mean, Urshifu is at -2.
Yeah, it was a Psycho Cut into the Urshifu.
And I think it is decently chipped. I think it might not enjoy a
Yeah, we're really going to be coming down to Muddy Water, I think. Yeah. It'll also depend. Maybe a Scale Shot goes ahead of Muddy Water. We really don't know this.
And then it's going to depend on Scale Shot accuracy.
And then it'll depend on Scale Shot accuracy. See, Aqua Jet comes through, takes out the Iron Boulder.
Goodbye, Boulder.
That Urshifu's still at -2 defenses. So it will take a lot of damage against this Muddy Water. Tatsu does go faster. Let's see, how much does this do? Does it get the drop? It does not, and Scale Shot hits. 1, 2. Yeah, that's going to be enough.
Yeah.
3, and 4. That will be enough. And with only the Weezing in the back, that will be a victory for Nick in game number 2.
Yeah, really well done from Nick. I don't think he...
Definitely well done. Getting the RNG to work out when he needed it.
Yeah.
But definitely doing pretty well on that.
Weezing. Neutralizing.
Do I get to... Let's see if I can hear anything out of my headset. So going into game number 3, we've seen the same 4 out of Angel both games. I don't know if he would want to use the Incineroar or the Flutter Mane in this case. I think at some point it's just...
No,
play a little cleaner around the Dondozo, potentially. Like, try not to get hazed, because Dondozo has gotten hazed both games.
Yeah.
And I think there have been routes for Angel to avoid that. But he hasn't. He just hasn't really gotten them.
Yeah.
But also the Chen Pao, I think, was a really good adaptation because it hits the Iron Boulder really hard with Sucker Punch, and it hits it really hard with Icicle Crash, I think is the one it has. Oh no, it's Ice Spinner.
Spinning is a neat trick after all.
If Boulder does Terra, and either way, it's a really good spot to be in.
Yes. But we'll see what Nick chooses as a lot.
But also, you know that, yeah, I have to... we have to really consider, okay, what is the...
We have to deal with the Weezing and...
Yeah, because you do have to remember the Weezing's always available.
Iron Boulder is really happy to have a very gaseous friend. I don't know what I'm going for, Chad, I'm sorry.
Angel thinking really hard about it. Game number 3 of round number 1 here.
Yeah.
I believe we have 5 rounds today.
Yes.
Ooh, and it's Flutter Mane plus Weezing this time.
This is choice.
And that's funny because you know what else doesn't really care about its ability? Flutter Mane, because it's Photosynthesis Mon and it's specs, so it doesn't actually need it.
But I mean, we know that Nick likes...
But we will also see the Terra Steel Dragonite, which has that Iron Head to hit the Flutter Mane pretty hard.
Very hard. I don't know if Flutter...
This could be a little bit scary. We'll see it. The Sucker Punch into the Flutter Mane. Going to take that. Flutter Mane goes for the Shadow Ball into the Dragonite. Is this going to KO?
No.
Okay, it does not. It does a pretty solid chunk. But Iron Head going back the other way. That'll take out the Flutter Mane.
Yeah.
Is it enough? What was enough done here? I don't know. I'm worried that the answer is no. Because Strange Steam follow-up... Yeah, that's not a lot of damage. Because Dondozo comes out here.
And then we're going to see...
Ooh, think this could... Yeah, this is really...
The thing is, using Terra was really... It saves you from going down to the strange steam, because the Shadow Ball would have done...
Yeah. Shadow Ball would have done the same amount, and then the Strange Steam was protected, yeah. So it did matter quite a bit in that case,
now you have Dragonite incredibly low HP.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know the Dragonite outspeeds the Dondozo, so you will be able to get the haze off if you find the right opportunity, but no switches here.
This could potentially be...
It might be the Dondozo Protect turn. Yeah. Oh, well, Dragonite's gonna protect.
We'll see.
Yeah,
no,
the Strange Steam going into the Dragonite.
Dondozo going just 4 damage.
Oh yeah, Dondozo just hitting. I like that idea a lot, honestly.
Yeah,
just trying to finish out the Dragonite. And now the problem is, okay, there is still a full HP Weezing, a full HP Tatsugiri, and a full HP Dondozo. If you do not get aggressive enough with this Dondozo, is there a chance that you just lose to to everything that's in the back? The Urshifu's going to switch in here. Does the Weezing switch out as well? It does not. So the Ice Spinner goes down into the Weezing. Will do actually very little damage. The Strange Steam going into the Chen Pao will bring it down to very low HP. And the Wave Crash, it's Wave Crash into the Urshifu. That won't do very much damage at all, and will do a little bit of chip back. But at this point, the Tatsugiri switch-in is pretty safe.
Yeah, because
there are obviously opportunities to switch out again, but...
Close combat will not do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, close combat will do very little to Dondozo.
Pao's only real option is...
It can Sacred Sword, but which will do meaningful damage, but even
if this is a Dondozo Protect turn, then you're only getting close combat.
Ooh, it's Sacred Sword just into the raw Dondozo. He's just leaving it out there. The thing I was saying... And the close combat does do a pretty big chunk of damage. It does do meaningful damage there. But at the same time, the defense drops, Strange Steam comes through, this might KO. It does. It gets rid of the Urshifu, and whatever the Dondozo does will get rid of the Chen Pao as well.
Or maybe an order up to avoid chip?
Yep, there's the Wave Crash. And there goes the Chen Pao. So just the solo Dozo has been getting a lot of work done here.
Yeah.
It's still a really bulky Pokemon. And the Weezing Strange Steam, I mean, you don't really think about it on paper, but like the Strange Steam has the fairy damage, is doing a lot to this team.
Yeah.
And now with just the Tinglu and the Dragonite remaining, I mean, Angel might not need the Commander at any point.
No. Especially now that Nick has...
Because Terra's already burned.
Yeah. So...
Tinglu will take a bunch of damage to Strange Steam. We saw it in the previous game.
Yeah.
And
it also does not like taking Wave Crash.
Absolutely, yeah. Or Muddy Water for that matter in the back.
Oh, yeah, especially not the Muddy Water.
And keep in mind, if Nick calls this turn wrong and it is a switch and Dragonite gets taken down, there's no way Tinglu beats Dondozo head-to-head.
Yeah.
So this will get really awkward.
Maybe 2 Wave Crashes.
So it's a Dragonite Protect, no switches again. Dondozo protects as well, though. And it'll get the leftovers recovery back because of that.
Yeah, that's huge. The Strange
Steam does go through into the Dragonite. It should be...
That might be a little risky, though, depending on the...
Yeah, we'll see. The Earthquake comes through. It will be reduced damage because of the spread.
But it should be decent damage. Into at least just the Weezing.
See it. Weezing does take the hit.
It's not quite enough, and then Weezing gets his
does get the Citrus Berry recovery as well. And yeah, now the Dragonite is burned its Protect turn.
Now it is just a...
And knowing that the Weezing is faster than the Tinglu... Oh, it could come down to how much damage the Strange Steam does, though, into the Dragonite.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
But the thing is, Dragonite's in a really weird spot because it needs to Scale Shot to be able to be faster than the Tatsugiri.
Mm-hmm. And also the fact that if it goes down this... if you don't call the Tatsugiri swap up correctly and it's just Weezing sitting on the field...
Yeah.
Getting more Strange Steams, and you click Haze and lose Dragonite.
There are so many ways to lose this. Yeah. Oh, it is the switch.
Like this.
Let's see it. He might have made the call. He certainly made a call. We'll see if the call was correct. Tatsugiri is going to hit the field now. It might come down to a flinch again. It really might come down to a flinch again. Oh boy. Here it comes. Because with the doubled speed, Dondozo should be faster than Ting Lu.
Yeah.
And we will see the Terra as well. That's the Terra Grass on the Dondozo. It's a very good matchup into what's remaining here. Let's see it. Iron Head. Hold your breath. No! And the throat shot comes through, but it doesn't KO. It's not actually doing damage. Oh, Haley and Josh are just starting game 3 now. I guess that makes sense.
Oh no!
The problem is, I think Nyx needs another flinch.
Yeah.
Because the haze won't do it.
I mean, the haze is better.
Because the problem is that the haze won't stop.
Order up.
Yeah, well, it won't stop because the throat chop comes through, doesn't pick up the KO with the lowered speed, and yeah, there's the Earthquake. It gets rid of the Dragonite, and now it's just Ting Lu against these remaining Pokemon, and I don't think Ting Lu can win this. I don't think Ting Lu will be able to do it.
Oh my! What?
My goodness, this is really funny.
I
like the play from Nick there, going for the haze to get rid of the defense boost, and then going for the throat chop, most damage possible to try to get the KO. It just didn't do enough. And now that pretty much should be it, because Dondozo's going to sit here, but Dondozo will be able to...
Probably
We will end up with a spot with Tatsugiri and Weezing on the field, both with super effective moves against the Ting Lu, who
both
won't
of
have
which
Vessel
are
of
not
Ruin.
100% accuracy.
That is also true, both of which are not 100% accuracy, so there is a chance. And Earthquake will do a pretty solid chunk to both of those.
Or Wave Crash. Yeah. Wait, you could just do Wave Crash.
Wave Crash, yeah. Wave Crash absolutely would have just dealt with Ting Lu there. But...
And then you sacrifice your own Dondozo too.
Alrighty.
And now Vessel of Ruin is
down to
turned off again.
Yeah, it'll come down to accuracy once again. The Earthquake is the correct call here. It'll take out the Weezing and it'll do a solid chunk to Tatsu.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of clicking Protect here, but that will be the choice. We're stalling this one out. We've still got a lot of time left in Haley and Josh's game, apparently.
Yeah. Strange Steam.
Yeah, that's the play. It's Strange Steam plus Muddy Water, and that almost certainly picks up the KO. Tatsugiri has a lot of special attack. There's the Muddy Water. It does connect, and that picks up the KO.
Yeah. Oh, it was a crit.
Oh, with the crit as well.
You know
what? He probably deserved that one after everything.
2 really important flinches.
And so, Angel Torres does pick up the victory in round number 1 after all that.
Really well played.
Really well played. Really fun by both players, and really well played by both of them, just finding their outs at all the times that they needed it. But in any case, we will take a quick break, and we will be back for round number 2. That was just round number 1. We still have 4 more rounds of Swiss. Don't go anywhere.